Once upon a time, there lived a young boy in a small village at the bottom of the hill. That boy was famous for stealing his linseed and work in the whole village. All the villagers used to call him lazy because he used to lie all day, take print and had good dreams about his future. His days were passing in linseed like this. But one day, a wise man came to the village who was going to stay in this village for the next 3 days. Wise monks begged for alms in the village, preached to the people throughout the day, and rested at night in the Buddhist monastery outside the village. Whenever the wise monks went for teachings and returned with alms, every time he saw the young boy under this tree, wise monks would see all this for 2 days, and he understood that he is a slave of mental laziness. When the wise monks were returning with alms, he went to the boy who said to the boy who was still under the same tree, "I have a job for you. I want Joe to the top of the hill." And from there, the boy turned his city toward the hill as he was lying and looked up to its highest peak. After that he looked at the wise man and said, fasting, "It is possible. I cannot get him to the top of the hill. I am very lazy." The wise man smiled and said, "Hey, looking for this path, he is looking for this hill. On the car, he will be found inside a cave on the other side of this hill. Climb to the top of the hill on the other side. There is no ordinary feather underneath. You have never seen such a feather till date, but it has beautiful wings. It also plays its light." These words of the monk would have made him curious inside the boy. He had never heard of such a feather before, and thinking of such an exciting journey, he from inside, excited, decided to accept the challenge, and he started walking towards the hill. But the climb was very long and difficult. Soon the boy's body started getting tired, breathless and sweating a lot from the body, but still he continued to walk. As he climbed up and higher, he felt happy and excited. I had never felt it before today. Finally, when he reached the top of the hill after hard work and long effort, he was completely exhausted, but he was very happy. He was feeling self-satisfied from inside. He had a smile like a warrior on his face, as if he had won a battle. He looked down from the top of the hill. There was a very enchanting sight in front of him. He felt a sense of accomplishment inside him. So he took the challenge ahead of today, and he had to find the cave where the feather was said to be found. Landing down was even more difficult. It was even more dangerous because the slope was more steep, and during the climb the boy stumbled many times, and there was also a worm. So that fear was also inside him. But due to the promise of bringing the wings to the monk, he continued to move forward after a lot of search, musket and hard work. When he finally reached the cave, he saw that the feather was lying there, which was shining in the light filtering through the entrance of the cave. He picked up the wings, seeing the doer, he still stared at the path. But then suddenly he remembered that he had to go back, looked at him. He was completely exhausted. How he would climb the mountain and deliver the wings to the monk. For a moment he thought of giving up, so his happiness knew no bounds. He felt that today he has overcome his laziness and has done something important. Seeing such a sense of happiness and satisfaction on his face, the wise man smiled and said, "Very good, my child. Today you have learned a very important lesson of life, that laziness is not something that can be accepted. It should be tolerated. There is a challenge that has to be overcome. It is a big one that has to be done, and to eliminate laziness, you have to take your first step. You have to walk towards your goal. Until then you have to keep moving." When understanding his importance we shook his head today, he realized that he had always been capable of doing big and great things. But his linseed had stopped him. Now he knew that he had the strength and pain resolve to overcome any big that came in his way. The thing to learn from the story is that when we move forward to achieve our goal, even when it seems impossible, then we also discover a strength and determination that we never knew about before. Even if it is difficult, we should constantly parade ourselves with our physical and mental limitations, and remain strong from inside even in the face of failures and obstacles. We can create some good habits that help us focus and stay active even when we feel obeyed. Overcoming laziness means developing a growth mindset. It means seeing challenges and failures as opportunities for growth and learning, not as an act of giving up. Overcoming linseed requires giving up your comfort and accepting life's challenges and opportunities.